Sherry Meeks not going to give up that position, and that's, oh, Sherry Meeks and Scott Sullivan getting together there on the exit of turn number 2.
We were in a horrible accident, mostly Sullivan racing.
So basically, if we want to stay competing for our points this season, we have to get this car ready within a week.
All this and more in this week's episode of Project Sullivan.
What's up? Sullivan Racing here. Working on our Haley 2 car. So what I'm doing here is I'm checking the splines on this axle up here. I need to find out if it's a 29 spline or a 31 spline. Stay tuned.
What else do we need to do?
Third member.
Maybe need a slide hammer. Apparently I got a cut on this hand.
Yeah, you found it. That's a Ford 9-inch in there. Non-floater. My problem is I don't know if it's a 29 spline or a 31 spline. So we're changing the whole rear differential, putting a floater in it. That's a lot of work. The axle you can pull right here. You just take that off. There's 4 bolts and that axle just slide out.
And you got a slide hammer just in case?
Hey, you won't need it. I've taken them out before.
Oh, we got to pull the rear end, right?
That's a
my
big one.
thing.
Third member. The third member is up in the bag on that table. Yeah, last night, right away we come in here to look at it, and GT goes, "Dad, you need your steering wheel," and he goes outside and gets it out of my other car. I was like, "Okay, bud, let's put it on." "Okay." "You need your helmet," and he goes and gets my helmet.
I had to fight that steering wheel off yesterday.
Off this car. If it won't come off, you know it won't come off.
The third member's on the table in there.
Okay. Oh, you got to put the third member still in it.
Maybe not. I'm gonna see if this has a 31 spline axle, but it's on the inside. You won't be able to. You got to pull the axle out to check.
So the 31 spline is what you need to know.
If it's a 31 spline, if that spline on that axle fits that third member, we'll just put that side there.
Don't stretch the paint!
Well, Gogo and I were pulling the engine in the last episode. Just inside the shop, Uncle Scotty was pulling the rear end, with Grandpa's help.
They call you Captain America. Is this going to be the Avenger car?
Yep. Wait, what the There's no brakes on this left rear. Look, there's no brake pads in there.
I mean, that could be on purpose. They didn't want to hit the left rear brake.
So that is.
Well, I'll get the take
Well, I thought we were going to start pulling the engine.
Well, that's fine too.
Because I'd like to do that before it gets hot. We can
Go,
work
give me
on
that.
this.
Rate again.
Hey, how close are you? If you're just going to put your shoes on, how about you go pick up Mark so we don't have to leave and go do that? What do you mean after a while?
He wants to go to Walmart first.
He's ready.
Just go get him, Google.
Alright. Yeah.
All right, no, we'll just send Gogo. That way it's not a hassle.
It's only 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I understand. No, don't worry about it. We'd rather have you over here, so I'll send Gogo because he's useless, and that way we can get you over here. We need your expertise.
You know what, Dad? I've worked my butt off.
Bye.
Useless my butt.
It's not because that's actually the case.
So when I got this, this had bends in it. So I put this on here, this square tubing.
And the back bumper.
And here's the problem with the rear end. You see how the wheel locks up? That's because something's loose in this differential, and we got to take it apart to figure out what it is.
Don't be afraid to make some jokes.
So what I'm doing here, this is a Ford 9-inch. I have to pull an axle. This is an old style, so it's still bolted on. It's not a floater. But I'm gonna have to pull the axle to see what spline it is for my new third member. So hopefully it's the right one. If not, we got to put a whole new floater rear end in it in a week. Along with a motor, a transmission, a seat. Just basically build a new car. Might be easier. Crack kill, Scott. Oh. Who needs one of those? I make the mistake so you don't have to. You should have used a
Slide hammer.
slide hammer.
Well,
No way.
We're gonna mark it, the spline. Now I know which one I start at. It's a 28 spline. I think my third member is a 31 spline. So this 9" is a 28 spline. I think my third member is a 31 spline. We're about to go count that one to make sure. Pardon my mess in my garage. We've been busy. I think I have a lot of work ahead of me.
Well, I think you have a lot of
Fits.
It does?
Yeah, it means that's a 31 spline. The third member's a 31 spline, so it ain't gonna work. My floater over there is a 31 spline, so I gotta put that floater in this car.
All right, well, write it on the list. We need a screwdriver. Ah, found one. As I'm walking, just randomly, there's one right there.
Come here real quick.
Hold on, he's got an aluminum plate on his and stuff. There you go. Okay. Never mind. Now that I've seen it, it's not going to be that much different.
It's like 63. This is 3 inches wider. Measure between that spring, go.
Right here?
Yeah. 47. Here. That's gonna be close. That's too close. The only other thing, I'm not putting that third member back in there unless
I
it's
didn't say
100% rebuilt.
I don't give a
That's what Grandpa's mad about, because I won't do it unless it's 100% rebuilt.
It's just adjustable. All I do
No,
is adjust it.
I want it all brand new rebuilt.
For now, for a race now, one race.
Well, if it's going to break on
If
the
you
race,
get out
we're in the
there
same
and
boat.
it
Not
takes a
necessarily.
if you get out there and
If
chance
it's
it taking a
If it's set right, it's gonna be okay. But that's all right. You can do whatever the hell you want.
if you get out there and
I don't give a say nothing.
What about the third? This is just a 4 9" right? What about the third member out of the one at at my house?
it's not guaranteed. It's the same axle.
Yeah.
And the gear might be wrong.
Yeah, we'd have to count the gears on that one.
And you still have to take it apart to put a full spool in it. Or a spool.
This rear end, the gears are great. And so is the spike.
No, it's not great.
But compared to what you got, nothing. You ain't got nothing. You got everything completely out of control. And you got one thing right there that can be fixed.
Possibly.
No, you can adjust it. It's adjustable.
We were trying to take it apart and it's frozen solid.
Well, that's because we didn't have a torch. Because they Loctite everything. They Loctite the stuff so it doesn't come apart. Well, they Loctite
That
it up.
Loctite ain't never that damn strong.
And well, they don't get in there
You-
and stay.
You
If they
put
don't have
700
Loctite, they don't
foot-pounds
stay.
to it and it didn't come apart.
For that matter, it might be okay because
Well, we got 1,000 foot-pounds.
it might just the adjustments on the side.
We had the
that's
big
all.
one.
It may not need the.
We have it. I just don't know
Maybe
where.
you didn't want to work on it. Never had time.
I need to sit
It's all right.
down.
I don't care. You do whatever you want.
So what I have to do now is we got the wrong spline of axle for the third member. So the differential that's in this car is a 28 spline. It's not gonna fit. My third member is a 31 spline, but I have a floater stashed away in the corner over there, way over there. That's a 31 spline. So it looks like I'm pulling this rear diff and putting a floater in this car.
But not before Grandpa tries to fix the differential himself. How's it look?
It's loose. See it? It's got to be a little tighter than that. That's a little loose.
You can't just tighten this nut right there?
It's not enough. It's still too loose. See, what you got to do is heat it up here and release the dang Loctite. Somebody put Loctite on it. Because normally it just slide out. And I used the puller and it didn't pull it. Let me get a wrench. It's used. And it's still good. Just got loose. Rear ends, if they're tight, you get them too tight, they burn up. But if you take and get them too loose, then they destroy themselves. Just like anything else.
Holy Jeebus, what are you doing?
I'm gonna put the puller on it.
You need a 3/4? As you're pulling, as you're using a puller, you want the puller to be only inches away from your nose. You want one of these?
Not yet. I'm gonna heat it up.
Okay.
But I'm gonna put this on it to have a little pressure.
It's me.
If fire doesn't work, use more fire. Man, this seems a little extreme just to evict that spider.
Well, it's part of the deal.
It don't spin. Ain't got no gas in it. When in doubt, hammer it out.
Did it do it?
Not yet. I don't know why you did this on a table. You should have brought the vise over.
What the hell is it?
Don't touch it. Huh?
Bearings are out. Watch it, it's hot.
Yeah.
Don't touch that son of a bitch. Yeah, the bearings are out.
I told you the bearings are quite bad. Those nuts just don't come loose on their own. So you need a rebuild kit for a 4 9-inch.
All right, Gogo, let's get that back end jacked up. Oh, it came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Your little impact did the number.
That's the little one, too. Imagine if I had the big one.
No, I'm sorry. I need to buy yesterday. Yeah, we totaled our car last weekend, so now we're rebuilding the whole other car for this weekend. Yeah, for this weekend we're trying to build a whole other car for this weekend. That's a lot of work in 6 days. No, I
You can pull this center section out and use the center section in that other one and put a 620 gear in
how
it.
bad that was on the. I wonder if the bearing's okay, just the darn.
Doesn't matter, it's still 31 splines.
No, but I'm just the bearing.
There's no point in taking apart something and putting used bearings back in. You're just wasting your time because you don't know what you're putting back in. You're taking a guess.
We gotta figure out how many.
Dang, those ones are bad too.
I'll ask Chris this one of these days and we'll get them.
I thought it was water. Oh well.
I was saying, I swept yesterday.
Well, we know. Okay. I'll start on that right here. Did I connect it?
Turns out we can't get the parts to fix the differential today. Turns out we can't get the parts to fix the differential. We'll have to see how that goes in the next episode. So I guess next we'll have to move on to the fuel tank. Do you have a black magic marker here? Black magic marker. We need a black magic marker. Clean fuel cell.
We'll put Grandpa's name on it.
But we know we got more. This is the quick short list.
If it's the same depth, then you just center this up in that other one and push to take up the slack. So it doesn't do this number.
I get it.
But then we don't have to pull the one out of that car.
Our lovely friends will be serenading us with their truck displays they have in the past. Now we need to find a tape measure.
It might be in the trailer, bro. Or it might be up here even. So we use it for that.
All right, let's see, 27-ish, 19, about 10 and a half. That one's 11 and a half. 12. Yeah, that other one is 12 inches deep. The one out of your Nova is 11 and a half.
This one might be okay, Gilbert, if we look at it. Gilbert, this one, it might be okay. That thing's clean from the way it looks in here.
Yeah.
We might be okay with that fuel cell. But I need to put new hose, though.
I got hose
Don't lie to yourself.
in different area codes.
Alright, that's pretty clean.
It is, huh?
Yeah.
The only way you can just put a brake cleaner on a rag and put it in there and see if it's dirty from tarnish. It's not as much as you think, though.
No,
But
we could probably just drop it, clean it, and take it out because it's not rusted really in the inside.
no, it's black plastic.
Yeah.
That's what I said. You might be able to not even drop it. You might be able to vacuum it out with a vacuum. Then put your hand in there with a rag.
You think that's gonna be enough? End of day 2. All right, let's see how day 3 goes. It's gonna be a little touch and go.
I feel so caffeinated.
Tomorrow we're gonna try to get it running.
And if you've been watching this long, you might as well subscribe.
And remember, don't wait for opportunity, create it.